So, I got my friend Marsh, whom I share WeTPG with, to play a Soullink of Pokemon Black version. Here are the rules of a Soullink. It's a Nuzlocke, but the Pokemon share souls. A lot of people do Soullinks where you can only have one of each type, but we're doing that kind of. It's kind of annoying to have to deal with all of that, so we're only taking the first type. This means Charizard only counts as a fire type, and Talonflame only counts as a flying type. This means that we can have both of them on our teams. So with that out of the way, we started our adventure. After looking at our starters, I had a pretty easy choice, and Marsh had he had an easy choice, but his easy choice wasn't as good. So we named Celebi and Dugtrio Weeds! Because it was funny, and we tried to find our rivals. After I defeated my rich girls, and we decided to go capture a pair, but I'm just going to show you what ended up happening around, I don't know, like 5 minutes later in the city. Yeah, immediately.
Oh, God.
Oh, I might be dead. It might be actually just run over. My bad.
Oh.
Gabite has Dragon
no.
Rage. This is how Max died. He has Dragon Rage.
Oh, no. Are we starting a new one already?
Well, I mean, what the f*** do I do against this?
I don't know. Fight it. Astonish it. Yep. Just dead.
So Smiley Face is dead. Confuse it. It used Tackle. Never mind. It decided to take Mercy.
So I don't have to worry about Whalmer anymore.
No, you don't.
But I'm gonna just...
It pity again. After God blessed us with not one, but two chances, we had to go find something else after losing that. Running into Dragon Breath so early in a Nuzlocke is absolutely terrifying, and I just got lucky that the AI decided to be nice. In this next route, we found our best pairing yet. I managed to catch a Genesect, and he managed to catch a Drifblim. Defensive and strong, which is just what we need. We called this pair Driftsec and knew we would absolutely be needing them, and they were going to be a very, very, very good team. And then we entered the first gym, knowing that if anyone hard counters us, or even if it's just the wrong legendary, we'd just be screwed. We'd be done, it'd be over, we'd start a new one. But even with the gym leaders conspiring against us, and not knowing quite what type of Pokemon are, we moved on. I should also mention we also got a free Pokemon right before the gym. But once again, we had a Dragon Rage moment. However, this is one that Marsh manages to catch, and we knew for a fact his team was gonna have a very easy time for the next two gyms. The reason he'd be having such an easy time is because it does 40 flat damage, and nothing in this game resists it because fairy types do not exist yet. Meaning I had to just keep Peshapur alive, which Pelipper's a fairly defensive Pokemon, so that wasn't going to be too much of an issue. However, there was one thing we were not prepared for even slightly, and something that Dragon Rage even couldn't handle. You know what that was? A children's puzzle. We spent around 20 minutes just walking around the second gym, not knowing where to go, and it eventually got to the point where I'm just hitting A on every single thing until we finally progressed and got to fight the gym leader. After we took down Lenora, we learned there's no security at this museum. They just depend on it being a gym leader area, that no one's going to come attack it, and we had to go be the hero and save a Dragonite skull for some reason. Onward we went to Castelia City. This massive city has all sorts of items we would want for our run. A couple of those are like the EXP share and the Eviolite. After taking down all the various trainers here, we tackled the gym. And here we suffered a very heavy loss. Weeds, the one that was carrying my team, and my only way to deal with any stall Pokemon because it had Leech Seed and Recover, got a sudden heart attack when Marsh's Weeds died. It just combusted, never to be seen ever again, even remotely, and making me sad. I knew that the backbone of my entire team that was left was Driftsect, and if I lost them, well, we were darn diddly done screwed. And then, with Berg's gym out of the way, 3 gym badges in our pocket, we headed up to the sand. Yes, remember 20 seconds ago when I said they were going to be the backbone of my team? Well, I was wrong. We found another great pair, Mewtwo and a Voltorb. Electro being a pretty great Pokemon, and only having one weakness, because electric. And Mewtwo, well, I don't really think I need to say much more. Mewtwo is a fantastic legendary. I just wish he could learn a few good moves. Anyways, after going on a date with N, we tackled the gym leader. I ran into some problems, though. This Pokemon managed to stall me for 18 minutes, because Elsa decided she wanted to Hyper Potion on it 3 times, and I didn't have much to really do anything with it. I didn't even know they had 3. I always thought it was just 1 per gym leader, but it is what it is. But with that annoyance out of the way, we took the gym, went to the freezer section, couldn't find any milk, took down Team Plasma, and then witnessed the stupidest scene in Gen 5 where Clay's like, you come back again, I'm a cowboy. And I was like, dude, why? We got to, mold Clay into a gym badge. And then after this, Bianca wanted to test her resolve. This was the toughest battle I had faced yet. She not only had a stalling Milotic, which was her starter, but she had 2 stalling Milotics, since she keeps her starter and then she just randomized into another one. I got hit by Confusion 7 times in a row, which is a 50% chance for each one, which turns into a 0.781 chance that could happen. This made me use every single item I had, and I had to PP stall both Milotics recovers away. Then, like 13-year-old kids do, we ran around Electric Cave until we stumbled upon N, who apparently was butthurt we didn't give him a kiss on the Ferris wheel. Clerk didn't quite kill N's Tropius on Marsh's half, and was completely obliterated by a Razor Leaf. We found out the gym leader wasn't in town when we reached Millstration City, and since we're impatient teenagers, we decided to go climb a tower full of gravestones just to find her. After getting shot out of a literal cannon in Skylar's gym, we faced her. My fight was a hilarious joke that made up for all of my Regigigas encounters, but Marsh had to deal with a Suicune. Fortunately, we once again came out unscathed, but this time only barely. Twist Mountain was where we had another amazing encounter. I encountered a Bagon, which would turn into a Salamence, and Marsh encountered a frickin' Landorus. So if you don't know, Landorus completely dominated competitive play for a long time, and we were very excited to have this. However, Marsh had to run away because he was about to get absolutely dunked on, and we were going to end up losing a few people. So, yeah. I'd also like to note at this point, I've acquired 2 Master Balls and he has none, so I'm kinda sad it wasn't the other way around. We navigated through Twist Mountain in the not winter. And if you know what that means in winter, you can actually skip almost the entire part of it, compared to not winter when you have to go through all the cave. Which is not that bad, but I wanted you to know it was kind of annoying for us. With the Twist Mountain done, with its twists and turns, we ran into a different twist. Our encounter in Icarus Town was a Giratina and a Regigigas. Since I had my Master Ball, I was just waiting to see if Marsh could catch it, and... Bump. 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 Somehow. How would you feel like Giragigas?
Part of me was like, Gigas.
Actually, I am actually down with Gigas. While we didn't use these since we already had both normal and ghost and Marsh wanted to keep his, we knew it would be something good to have in the background for if we ever needed to go and depend on it. We also managed to catch a Ukrainidos and Rhydon pair named Dondos. We went and grabbed our 7th gym badge and then had to climb yet another tower? I'm sensing a pattern here. In the tower, I battled a Wobbuffet, which I couldn't switch away from, and Dondos became Don Dead. I thought that was... Rip Dondos, 2K22. So Dondos is dead.
Oh.
After watching N get a legendary because he really wants to impress us, if you know what I mean, we went to rooms to find our own. even though Marsh literally already has the legendary. On our way to Dragon City TM, we ran into Bianca, and this is where Electro was lost. Electro took a future side attack, and unfortunately, he wasn't Shulk. He could not see the future. It was at this point we realized we really needed to get a real team together. We decided the best thing that we could do was to go to all the old routes we had access to and finally go and catch all of them now that we had surf and everything. I want to show you what I hatched from an egg. Just so you know, because of Darkrai's base stat total, this took a millennium to hatch. Most eggs hatch in around the 10th of steps because most egg Pokemon have lower BST. So that base stat total means there's less steps, but because it's a freaking legendary, it took freaking forever. We also lost someone else very important along the way. Nidlo. Nidlo had been around for such a long time that I thought he was going to make it with us all the way. He was someone that I just took inspiration from, you know? Nidoking is one of my favorite Pokemon, and to just see it go down, it's never easy. But we headed to the final gym badge. Arriving in Drayden's gym, we were ready for it all. We were, well, almost all of it. You see, his puzzle isn't hard, it's just annoying because it takes forever. Drayden himself was kind of a pushover. He had only a team of starter Pokemon, which I found hilarious. Marsh didn't have too much trouble either, so it was just kind of an easy win. It was good to get back on our feet. After all this, we went through Victory Road and found every single encounter we could. While training our mons for Victory Road, we had probably the toughest loss yet.
No. Well, guess who just died?
Yeah, I just saw it. Remember at the beginning of the video when I said Driftsec was going to be the one that was going to carry us? Well, the one that had basically become our starter Pokemon, he drifted away. I'll miss them, and I'll never forget them. Honestly, at this point, all we could do is carry their spirit with us as we went through the Elite Four. Hey, you ever heard of the Shiny Claws? So, I happened to run into a Shiny Keldeo while we were training, which is absolutely insane. I want to put out there. It's absolutely insane for the fact that it's a legendary as well. And this means that I could technically use it because it was a shiny, because we only had 5 Pokemon for our teams, so I got to throw it on there. Oh, and I should also point out, speaking of the Shiny Claws, Marsh ran into a not-so-shiny Squirtle, and it might happen to be shiny now. And I know what you're thinking. This isn't fair. This doesn't abide by the rules. But frankly, I don't care. Or you can just get mad. I really don't care. Then came the Elite Four. Not a single team was scary for us. I fought an entire Elite Four team of baby Pokemon, which was... you know, they tried. They really, really tried. After all of that and watching staircases just plummet into the Elite Four, we went through En's room, like the stalkers that we are. And we got to finally see what our last catch of the run was. The one that we would be able to use in this coming fight, which was a Scolipede and a Shroomish. The fact that we could actually use this pair and take away our shinies was insane. The fact that we could actually have a 6th party member and it would come in this way baffled my mind. And then it was time. En, the boy that wanted to date us so desperately, decided to challenge us one last time. We won. Honestly, our Pokemon were so good at this point, he really didn't stand a chance. But then Daddy came into the picture. Like every dad, frustrated at the failure of his son, outraged. He took it upon himself to try and shove us into the grave, and thus, the final battle began. At this point in Soul Links, we only have to have one survivor, so we could sacrifice any of 5 Pokemon we wanted. As long as we had 1 left, we would win the whole run. But in the end, he couldn't take out a 13-year-old. When someone asked Getsis how many children he could fight at once, we all know the answer. And there it was. Marsh and I's first Soul Link was a success. Whenever one of these goes first try, you know you were lucky. You just know you were. We lost so many of them along the way, but we still managed to come out on top. I'll definitely remember this randomized Nuzlocke for a while. And it had its epic moments, that's for sure. If you want to see everything else that happened in the run, you can watch that all on WeTPG. The entire run we have is completely posted to that channel, unedited and uncut. If you want to look at any fights, I'll be sure to link them in the description below. And yeah, have a fantastic day.